अस्सलाम वालेकुम प्यारे बच्चों। वी आर इन 7th क्लास और हम पढ़ रहे हैं जियोग्राफी। लास्ट क्लास में हमने पढ़ा था चैप्टर इन्वायरमेंट। वी स्टडीड इम्पोर्टेंट टर्म्स एंड कॉन्सेप्ट्स एसोसिएटेड विद दिस यूनिट। तो आज हम इसी चैप्टर की टेक्स्ट बुक एक्सरसाइज करने जा रहे हैं। दिस विल हेल्प अस assess the level of understanding of the concepts and terms we have studied. So let's begin. First question is answer the following questions. यहाँ पर कुछ questions दिए गए हैं. We are required to write the answers of these questions. First question is what is an ecosystem? हम इस तरह से आंसर लिख सकते हैं. The system formed by the interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live, all linked by the transfer of energy and material, is called an ecosystem. Living organisms एक दूसरे के साथ इंटरैक्ट करते हैं. इन्वायरमेंट में जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, they interact with each other and with the abiotic components of the environment. That means one living organism depends upon other living organisms, and at the same time it also depends upon the abiotic factors prevalent in the environment. That is, it depends upon land, it needs air, it needs water, it needs sunlight. Suppose there is an animal, it needs plants, or a plant needs animals. So we can say that living organisms interact or depend upon each other and upon the physical and chemical factors of the environment. जो ये प्रोसेस चल रही होती है, इसमें क्या होता है, देयर इज़ ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ एनर्जी. फॉर एग्जांपल, लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म डिपेंड्स अपॉन अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. दैट मीन्स it derives energy from other living organisms or from the abiotic components of the environment. So we can say there is transfer of energy and material. This system is called the ecosystem, right? The next question is, what do you mean by the natural environment? What do you mean by the natural environment? This term self-explanates. It is self-explanatory. So हम इस तरह से आंसर लिख सकते हैं. The basic components that are naturally present in the environment without any human involvement, like land, water, air, plants and animals comprise the natural environment. हम इस तरह से कह सकते हैं कि इन्वायरमेंट में दोनों नेचुरल कंपोनेंट्स हैं और मैन मेड कंपोनेंट्स हैं. The natural components include land, it is naturally created. In the same way, water, air, plants and animals, these are naturally created and they exist naturally. So this set up in the environment comprises the natural environment. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Question number 3 is, which are the major components of the environment? You have studied this well, so we can write components of the environment include natural components and human-made components. Natural components include air, water, land, living things, while as human-made components include roads, buildings, bridges, etc. जो हम अपने surroundings में देखते हैं. Right? Now our next question is, give 4 examples of human-made environment. Human-made environment. हमें 4 examples देने हैं environment में. जो चीज़ें हम man-made देखते हैं, बस हमें 4 examples देने हैं. हम आसानी के साथ लिख सकते हैं. हमने यहाँ पर लिखा है 4 examples of the human made environment or buildings, parks, industries, and bridges, right? Now, our next question is, what is lithosphere? लिथोस्फीयर हमें बताना है। लिथोस्फीयर, टर्म लिथोस्फीयर हम किसे कहते हैं? आपने पढ़ा है इन्वायरमेंट, देयर आर 4 डोमेन्स ऑफ द इन्वायरमेंट. फर्स्ट डोमेन इज लैंड, सेकंड इज water, third is air, fourth is the living things. So the first domain that includes land, we call it lithosphere. हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth is called the lithosphere. It is made up of rocks and minerals and is covered by a thin layer of soil. It is an irregular surface with various landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains. हम कह सकते हैं कि अर्थ की जो टॉप हार्ड लेयर है, जिस पर हम रोड्स बनाते हैं, बिल्डिंग्स बनाते हैं, क्रॉप ग्रो करते हैं, इसे हम लिथोस्फीयर कहते हैं. सो इसकी टॉप लेयर जो है, इसे हम सॉइल कहते हैं, जिसमें हम क्रॉप्स ग्रो करते हैं. एट द सेम टाइम वन अदर पॉइंट इज़ वर्थ नोट्स, दैट इज़ जो ये लिथोस्फीयर है ये इरेगुलर है. इस पर डिफरेंट लैंड फॉर्म्स हैं. at places there are mountains, at other places there are plateaus, there are plains, and at places there are valleys, etc. Okay, now we will move to the next question. Question number 6. Which are the two major components of the biotic environment? You should be knowing that bio means living. So you will now understand what are the components of the biotic environment. So we will write, plants and animals are the two major components of the biotic environment. That component of the environment which includes living things. So हम easily कह सकते हैं कि biotic environment हम दो categories में classify कर सकते हैं, that is plants and animals. Okay, our next question is, what is biosphere? This question is also related with this term biotic environment. You know, bio means life or living, so we can write biosphere or the living world is the narrow zone of earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. The plant and animal kingdom together form the biosphere. You know, on earth there exists a domain that is the domain of living things. These living things depend upon other three domains, that is the domain of land, air, water, for their existence. So we can say that this biosphere is the narrow zone on environment where land, air and water exist to support life. Okay, we will take our next question. Some questions are there with multiple choice options provided. We have to tick the correct answer. First question is, which is not a natural ecosystem? We will first read out the options and then you will yourselves be knowing what is the correct answer. Which is not a natural environment? हमें बताना है कि इनमें से natural ecosystem, which is not a natural ecosystem, हमें point out करना है natural ecosystem. हम पहले देखेंगे कि कौन कौन सा natural ecosystem है, तो हम रॉन्ग वन आसानी से पॉइंट आउट कर सकते हैं. डेजर्ट, इट इज़ अ नेचुरल इकोसिस्टम. एक्वेरियम, This is man-made. Forest is a natural ecosystem. So the right answer is B. Correct answer is B, that is aquarium. Aquarium is not a natural ecosystem. Next, which is not a component of human environment? Which is not a component of human environment? We will first read out the options. Land, it is naturally created. Religion, it is human, it has human existence. Community also has human existence. So we have to point out that component which is not human. So the answer will be first, land. Land is not a component of human environment. It is actually a component of natural environment. So the answer is A. Our next question is, which is a human made environment? हम पढ़ेंगे ऑप्शंस पहले. माउंटेन, सी, रोड. हमें बताना है विच इज़ अ ह्यूमन मेड एनवायरनमेंट. सो easily the answer will be road. It is a human made environment. Now question number 4 is, which is a threat to environment? We have to point out one option that comes in this category, threat to the environment, that serves as a threat to environment, that serves one reason behind the degradation of the environment. First option is growing plants, second is growing population, third is growing crops. You will easily be able to point out the one that serves as a threat to environment, that is growing population. Growing population is the threat to environment because there increases load on the resources available in the environment. Our next question is matching type question. Match the following. From column A we have terms. We will read out them first. Biosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, environment. We will now read out the responses in the column B. First is blanket of air which surrounds the earth. Second is domain of water. Third is gravitational force of the earth. Fourth is our surroundings. Fifth is narrow zone where land, water and air interact. Sixth is relation between the organisms and their surroundings. हमें इन 6 responses में से choose करना है जो इन terms को best explain करता है. So हम आसानी से कह सकते हैं कि biosphere is the narrow zone where the land, water and air interact. At the same time we can say atmosphere. Atmosphere is a blanket of air which surrounds the earth. Now hydrosphere, it is a domain of water. Environment is our surroundings. Okay. One other question is there. Give reasons. हमें reasons देने हैं in support of these statements. First statement is man modifies his environment. Man modifies his environment. That means a living organism, that is man, while interaction with the components of the environment, keeps on modifying it, changing it. So we will write, man modifies his environment to fulfill his basic needs, as it is the basic life support system. He builds houses to live in and industries to work in, which modifies the environment and also its mineral wealth. Humans have used the fossils for their own development, disturbing the ecological system and animal habitats. Our next statement is, plants and animals depend on each other. Plants and animals are interdependent on each other because plants are the producers and animals are the consumers. Plants release oxygen in the atmosphere which is inhaled by human beings, and humans exhale carbon dioxide, which helps plants in producing their food. This is sufficient for today. We will be back with more videos. Till then, Allah Hafiz.